Welcome to My Utmost for His Highest for November 10th. Fellowship in the Gospel. The verse is 1 Thessalonians 3 verse 2. Thessalonians is a letter written from Paul to the church in Thessalonica. And we're going to start with chapter 3. And the chapter title here is Paul's Longing to See the Thessalonians. Verse 1, so when we could stand it no longer, we thought it was best to be left by ourselves in Athens. We sent Timothy, who is our brother and God's fellow worker in spreading the gospel of Christ, to strengthen and encourage you in your faith. After sanctification, it is difficult to state what your purpose in life is, because God has moved you into His purpose through the Holy Spirit. He is using you now for His purposes throughout the world, as He used His Son for the purpose of our salvation. If you seek great things for yourself, thinking, God has called me for this or for that, you barricade God from using you. As long as you maintain your own personal interests and ambitions, you cannot be completely aligned or identified with God's interests. This can only be accomplished by giving up all your personal plans once and for all, and by allowing God to take you directly into His purpose for the world. Your understanding of your ways must be surrendered because they are now the ways of the Lord. I must learn that the purpose of my life belongs to God, not me. God is using me from His personal perspective, and all He asks of me is that I trust Him. I should never say, Lord, this causes me such heartache. To talk that way makes me a stumbling block. When I stop telling God what I want, He can freely work His will in me without any hindrance. He can crush me, exalt me, or do anything else He chooses. He simply asks me to have absolute faith in Him and His goodness. Self-pity is of the devil, and if I wallow in it, I cannot be used by God for His purpose in this world. Doing this creates for me my own cozy world within the world, and God will not be allowed to move me from it because of my fear of being frostbitten. I like that. Oh my goodness, so much great stuff in here, but it's just so true. I mean, when we become a Christian, we just need to be praying every day, God, use me as you will. If we just keep trying to do things our way, then God can't use us. And that's just a really good point. And it's hard because, I like that. He's saying that, He can crush us. He can exalt us. He can do whatever He wants with us because He has the bigger picture. God has a full view of the world and everybody in it. And He wants certain things to be done. So for today, He might be like, Nancy, I need to move you over to here, even though it's painful, but then that's going to help this person come here and get to know me, or help bring healing for this person, or understanding or compassion for that person, or whatever. And we don't know how He's moving us all around in the world. Of course, we always want to be on the mountaintop, right? Shaking our pom-pom, having a great time, but that's not always what's best for God. So when you realize that when you give Him your life, that we are under Him, and everything that we do just comes through His hands. So even the bad things in our life are for His purpose, right? Nothing ever takes God by surprise. He's not surprised, oh, that terrible thing happened to this person or that person. That never happens. He knows everything about us. So I hope today that you can just surrender to Him, just give Him everything, and just remember that no matter what happens, if you're trusting Him, it's going to be for His glory, which in the end is the best thing for us too. So I hope you have a good day being part of God's little puzzle that He's moving everyone around to get things done for His glory, and that more people get to know Him. So have a great day being a little piece of God's puzzle, and I will see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of the My Utmost for His Highest devotional book by going to utmost.org. And I would love to answer any questions you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. And I hope you go out and shine for Him today. See you tomorrow.